of playing the big Prince Philip.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the cards in hand for that, or he's working on another strategy against Blurple, of course. We see that Tigger come down, looking if he's gonna bounce anything. No, it doesn't seem like he's gonna bounce. It's just an interesting decision. So let's see what.
Yeah, it's interesting because Terrence opting not to quest or put any law pressure, and then giving Emerald Sapphire the time to build the board and getting the pieces that he needs. So yeah, we will see what will Darren play right now.
He seems like he's thinking. He's moving over 3 ink. No, he's not. He's
3 ink is like most possible that you play like a mean, malicious, scary or something.
Yeah, he just quested with Tipo and questing with Cinderella.
Oh,
and
he's
singing with Cinderella.
Yeah, he needs the 2 cards. He probably needs to get like another Cindy right now to kind of ramp, or maybe if he can also play Donald Duck, but that will be very vulnerable because if the Blurple player has the Elsa 5th Spirit, he can exit and then challenge it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I think he's thinking. And there goes another malicious Scary into the Inkwell.
Yep, because he kind of showed that he might want to play it. So I think that inking it would be like, he kind of gave the information away to the opponent. Yeah.
Yeah. It's...
Okay, so now the Blurple player, so challenging the... Yeah.
Yeah. Making sure he can't ramp any further in that sense.
But what will he play this turn?
Yeah,
that's
the question. Yeah. And I don't think it's Elsa because there's nothing to exert.
Yeah.
There comes out the cat.
And inking Let It Go.
And we're looking at, of course, at 2 who have quested, so it's 2-1. Boosting the cat immediately.
Yep. Because we know next turn that the Emerald Sapphire player can only go to 8 ink, I think. Yeah, he's on 7 right now.
Yeah.
So you don't want to keep too big of a hand because it's possible that the Emerald Sapphire player might play Clarabelle.
Yeah.
And then Clarabelle can, it's like a draw engine. So when he is able to get more cards, you know, what he needs, and then he might pull off the combo and then it's board wipe.
Yeah. For people commentating about the quality of the stream, we're working on it. It's work in progress. Sorry, it's our first stream. We're definitely working on it, and hopefully it will get a bit better as the day goes on. But we're working on it. Sorry, just interrupting to say that. So...
Yep, and I want to comment that Darren actually plays a very unseen card, Dig a Little Deeper, costs 8 ink. You
sing together, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. But he doesn't have any characters on board, so he had to hard cast it. Look at the top 7 cards of your top of the deck, and then pick 2 from it.
It seems like he's searching, and he hasn't found what he's looking for yet.
Yes, and he probably doesn't have enough ink to play the full combo out as well. So right now, Terrence is chipping away with...
and there comes Prince Philip, at least banishing 1 character.
Yeah, not ideal, but he has to...
And there comes Hades and takes care of that Prince Philip.
I mean, as a Blurple player, you will definitely keep one of your removal options for the big Philip.
It's, I mean, Blurple is looking quite good right now.
Yeah.
Word board, Quest, and he's already at 9 lore.
That's true. And he only has 1 card in hand, so the Clarabelle won't be effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Clarabelle, when you play it, what can you do with it? You can only challenge the next turn.
Yeah, it's down comes Cinderella. The question is it enough against so many cards on the other side, which can quest for at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, but
6,
Darren has to search for his pieces.
Yeah.
So hopefully he will be able to get them.
Yeah, but the question is, will he be able to get them in time? Of course, that's the real question over here.
We can see now that he has 11 ink.
Yeah.
So with the next turn, he can actually hardcast the Mean Malicious Scary and play the Big Philip. But of course, right now, even if he doesn't get to sing the Mean Malicious Scary with the Cinderella. So right now, Demona is played, and Terrence gets to refill his hand.
Yeah. Taking care of that Cinderella.
And then questing for 4.
Yes. So now's the question, what's the answer going to be here?
He has to have the board wiped this turn, otherwise the next turn he would just quest for the win. Yeah.
Moving to another character, that's also an interesting... ensure that if the Prince Philip does come down, the Cheshire Cat has a chance to survive, if there's not a malicious minion scary.
Yep.
And there comes Clarabelle. Oh, that's different. That's not a... And you're welcome.
So he's hardcasting You're Welcome on the Demona.
So now...
But that would mean that Terrence can get to draw 2 cards, the purple player.
Yeah. And I mean, he's still at 5 lore, so, and he's already at 13, so...
And the board can quest for actually 5. So he will go to 18 the next turn if he doesn't challenge.
If he doesn't challenge.
And chooses to quest for all.
I mean, if he wants to challenge, he has to have Elsa on his hand or anything else to exert the character.
But at this point, I think it is wiser to just go ahead and quest.
Yeah.
Because...
And we see some cards in his hand. We see a Hades, which he could play to get rid of the Clarabelle quite easily. And yes, there comes the Hades, and there goes Clarabelle into the ink. I think at this point, it's pretty much a game over unless the other player has that malicious mean scary combo with Philip.
Yes, but even if he has it, we can see it probably won't be enough to stage a comeback.
He did care.
and
he's scooping.
they just scoop.
Yeah,
So
that was kind of, at one point in time, it was quite predictable. He didn't have the answers to the deck he was playing against.
Yep.
But let's see in the second round how it goes.
Yep.
It was an interesting but very quick game, for my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Emerald Sapphire. You have to hit your pieces, and then you want to try to establish a 4-cost singer on board.
Yeah.
Because having your characters sing your welcome or something, it's better rather than you casting it, because otherwise you don't establish any board presence. You are not able to fight for the board to at least stop the Rafiki and the Basil from questing. Then it's very difficult. So how did you like the matchup so far?
I mean, this is the first one, but I thought it was very, very interesting. They're both very technical decks in that sense. There's a lot of thought about it, but also, and you do see it also takes some luck to draw the cards you want to against other decks like that.
That's true, because one thing about Blood Bowl is they do not have any means to snipe off the songs of the Emerald Sapphire player. So it's purely, and we know that Darren played the Decadillo Dipper, and he did not manage to get what he needed.
Yeah.
So now we are moving on to game 2.
Yes.
Excited to see whether the Emerald Sapphire player Darren can make a comeback. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Down the Inkwell tournament hosted by ShibeTCG and Lawseekers Almere. I'm Angus.
Make that comeback.
That's true.
But let's be honest. He needs to do it. If he doesn't do it, then it's game over. So there's a lot of pressure on him right now.
Yeah, and we know that for Emerald Sapphire, going first actually has quite a big advantage because your opponent has a bigger hand.
Yeah.
And if you play Clarabelle, you get to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and card draw is very important in this matchup because you have to search for your pieces.
And here we see.
So Blurple inking. Oh, here we see that the Blurple player is going first.
Yes.
So that is quite interesting.
Yeah. I had not expected that.
Yeah. Because when you lose the first game, normally you have the choice whether you want to go on the play or on the draw.
Yeah, of course you have to. Apparently he chose to go second, and that's also quite interesting. You don't see that very often in Lorcana right now. I mean, we have the new underdog ability where hopefully we'll get to that point where people say, I want to go second, but it's not something you see quite often.
And then Terrence making a choice to put Sail at the X right C into the ink and playing Tipo. So disregarding the extra card draw, which, yeah. Oh, but here we see the Emerald Sapphire player missing Ram.
Oh,
He's playing Vision of the Future on turn 2, which is not ideal.
No, that's not what you want in that deck. You're hoping for a whole lot of different cards where you can ramp, and not where you have to play. It's to search for the cards.
Exactly. You want to be able to play your Cindy on turn 3.
Yeah.
And we know the Blurple player managed to get his Ram. And now he still has Tipo on board, which can quest for 1 with no danger. Like, you can just quest for free.
Ah, and down came...
A Genie?
A Genie? Sorry. It's on his head for me. No, Genie, so he also gets extra draw this turn. So, and ramping and drawing.
Yep.
He's once again building very, very fast, while the opponent still doesn't have an answer yet.
And Tipo already started questing. And he's at 1 law right now. Yeah.
So he's questing. The other player just inked Donald Duck.
Yeah,
so
he played Sail the Azurite Sea, so he can ink once again.
So he's getting that bit of ramp in, inking Donald and Redigan, going to 4 ink, but not playing anything with it.
And here we see that actually Darren he inked Redigan once and now another time. So I'm curious to see how many Redigans does he play.
It's an interesting card, let's be honest. And there comes Tigger. Is he bouncing anything? No. Once again, he's not bouncing.
Yeah, because you want to quest.
Yeah, but I get it. I mean, you have full board control. There's nothing on the other side. You want to keep going and quest as much as possible. Now comes the Cinderella, which allows for more ramping, but it's not it's not the answer you need for 4 cards on the other side of the board. So it'll be interesting to see what Terrence will do this turn.
Oh, Demona.
Demona, yes.
Yeah. When you answer the 4-cost singer, you have a huge advantage because now the player has to pay in ink for all the actions that he take.
Yeah.
Songs, sorry, not actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can sing with the songs.
Yeah. So that's also quite interesting. There we see Darren grabbing cards, counting his ink. How many? 6 ink, I think.
Yep.
So the question is, what is he going to play this turn? Because his board is once again empty. Does he have an answer this turn?
I would think that his strategy for this, his deck list is kind of to put Ratigan down because he has Ward and the opponent can't select it for any actions or removals. And then with it, Ratigan is actually an 8 cost and he himself can sing Dig a Little Deeper.
Yeah.
And how are you going to banish it? It's 6/7 if I'm not wrong. That quest for 4 even.
Yeah. So he's looking at the discard from his opponent. So.
Yeah. So he's activating the Cinderella's ability right now.
Yes.
Putting 1 into ink, and then drawing one card.
Yes.
And we know that he inked John Silver, the one that gives Reckless on play and whenever he quests.
So.
Right now, honestly.
He's inking Dumbo. Also an interesting move. He also still has a Dumbo in his hand. I think at this point he is pretty much board control. It's 8-0. Down does come the other Dumbo, so that means if he quests, it can go very, very fast.
Here it's
2, yeah, here we go. 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
It's 13.
him opting to quest with the genie rather than taking another card, because we know that if he takes another card, he will have 3 cards in hand and the Mona will be stoned by day.
But let's also be honest, like Darren is like one turn away from winning if nothing gets removed. Sorry, Darren is one turn away from winning if nothing gets removed. So Darren better has an answer right now.
Yeah, and he managed to hit
Scary
it off.
and Philip, yes, there goes the board. That's what he needed. That's what he's been searching for all along, and this is the first time he succeeded. Yeah.
So we know that the global player, Terrence, had the Hades on board.
Yeah.
So he chose not to remove the Cindy.
Yeah.
And that was actually, it kind of goes both ways, because sometimes it's a game of possibility.
Yeah.
That's my opponent really has the combo piece.
But it must be going through your head. Like, why didn't I remove that Cindy when I had the chance?
That's because then it would be game.
And he would have had game. He would have like, he would have go home at least with the first round of win. And now he's leaving it up to chance, because the question is, how much can Darren build his board before he himself can have a return?
Yeah.
Let's not forget, he played his cards to be able to ready the Mona. So.
Oh, and Ink Geyser is played.
Oh, yes. Seems like this match just got a lot more interesting and a lot longer.
And for those who do not remember the Ink Geyser's effect, is when you play this card, or both players will return cards from the Inkwell until they have 3 in the Inkwell left.
And now they both have a full hand, but only 3 inks. So the question is he gonna
But
rip?
with 2 Cindy's.
Yes.
Oh.
And there goes the only card Terrence had on board.
Yep. And then we know that he played Cinderella this turn, so he is actually able to ink twice in a way that he can put a card from his hand into the Inkwell and draw a card twice.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 for each Cinderella.
And of course, the Clarabelle came down, so he will probably try to shift it next turn. I mean, that's where he's going for, right? So the question is, will Terrence have an answer to 2 Cindy's and a Clarabelle? That's possibility to shift.
Right now, I think it's very, very difficult to stage a comeback, because what can you play on the next turn with 4 costs? That is the only removal that he has is Into the Unknown.
Yeah.
But that would give the player more ink, which you are already at a disadvantage.
I think that this is what makes Ink Geyser so interesting. You mainly ink the cards you don't want to play. So suddenly you do have a handful of cards, but they're all cards you didn't see yourself playing in this game. So the question is, will they now be helpful to you when you do have them in your hand?
Yeah, I think it will be. It's very useful, because in Ink Geyser, in the early stages, you have to ink your Big Philip and your Mean Malicious Scary, or you're welcome.
I mean, for the player who knows the Ink Geyser will come down, that's of course what you do, because you know you can get it back. But as an opponent, you don't know that for sure. So you're inking what you don't think see has play, and that's.
Yep. But of course, we know that Terrence has also inked Let It Go and Into the Unknown, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So I think he managed to get 1 back, Into the Unknown. Oh, I think there's also Let It Go in his hand. And with 2 Cindy's now, he sinks Dig a Little Deeper, looking at the top 7 cards and taking 2 of them into hand.
The question is, what will he take into his hand?
So he has 6 ink right now.
Yes. And
he's able to ink for turn as well?
I think he hasn't inked this turn yet, so the question is, what will he ink and what will he play? And I mean, every type of action could take care of that Iago. In that sense, you don't need to have don't need anything special.
He's probably playing Clarabelle.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Philip.
Is
So, is he preparing another board wipe or?
Yeah, at this point, it's also warded, and you can catch up on law.
Yeah, and here you see him say, "Well, I'm questing. You try to do whatever you want with your Iago, but I'm questing anyway."
But curious to see what will he do with the remaining 4 ink. Oh, he just chooses to pass.
Yeah. Also quite interesting, he didn't shift the Clarabelle, and he now quested with it, so it's vulnerable for attack. So it's interesting to see what he's gonna do next turn. What he's gonna shift.
Not sure if he has Clarabelle in his hand. Do you
No,
see?
Can't really see it. Maybe he has, maybe he doesn't, and maybe that's why he quested with it. Maybe that was what he was searching for, with to dig a little deeper, but he didn't hit it in the 7 cards.
I do see that he has Under the Sea.
Yes.
But right now, the Blue player does not have any characters with 2 strength.
Yeah. And down the Inkwell goes the Hades. So it's interesting to see what Terrence will play this turn.
He's on 5 ink. So we
Oh,
will
he has
see.
lots of cards he can play, but of course the main question is like how much can he remove and quickly. I mean, of course there's still a difference. It's like 15 to 1, so he does have a little bit of time before it gets there. But you don't want to leave everything unanswered for too long.
Yep. So Terrence is choosing to quest, making Darren react to him. Because one thing we know for sure is that the Emerald Sapphire does not have any evasive characters, other than the Big Philip to answer the board. But you can easily, there are many things that can remove Iago. One of them is You're Welcome.
Of course, being an illusion, it's quite. There are several ways you can remove Iago even with other cards. Down comes Redigan.
Oh, what do you do with this 8-cost big boy?
It's a big boy. It's.
And then him choosing not to quest with the small Philip in case he needs to shift it. It's an interesting option because I might have quested with the Philip.
Yeah.
Because then it also kinds of, if Terrence has to banish me, then he's not questing.
Yeah. But on the other hand, maybe he's thinking like, well, you have 2 Iagos, but I have enough characters for you to take out, what will you do anyway? And he, of course, played Redigan for a reason, which is 4 lore per turn, if you quest. Which can go quite quick, let's be honest. And the only thing he has to do is make sure he keeps inking. And he has enough in his end to keep inking for a few turns. So
Terrence choosing to quest this then?
Well, at this point, I think Terrence is maybe just thinking, let's see if I can be there faster than you.
Yep, because now he just needs 1 more turn.
Yeah.
And if the removal doesn't come?
I mean, all he has to do is play 1 card, that's 2 lore, and if Darren can remove it, it's game.
Darren has to get the Mean Malicious Scary and the Big Philip.
And he's counting his own discard, seeing what he has discarded, what he can draw.
We know that he has the Big Philip in hand.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have a Malicious Mean and Scary, it's... I mean, then he would need to attack, and that's quite impossible, so... There comes the Hades. The question is, what is Darren gonna do?
I think Cindy at this point is not so important that he can actually put it at the bottom deck.
Yeah.
Because you have another Cinderella to be your 4-cost singer.
Yeah, and I mean, on Terran's end, it must be frustrating to see ward here. Let's be honest. There's those Philip and that Redigan. That's what you want to get rid of, and both are warded, so you can't do anything.
Yep. Oh.
Oh.
What did he draw? Did he draw a Clarabelle?
I thought he drew a Clarabelle indeed, but
I know it's an
not
emerald.
a shift.
I know it's an emerald cut. Yep, it's the small Clarabelle.
Yeah, it's a small one.
We know that Under the Sea is not able to clear the board.
Yeah. He shifts Phillips, but that doesn't take care of anything. So that means he didn't have a Malicious Minus Scary.
Yeah, but he has to play it to challenge the Iago.
Yeah.
Because Big Philip is still evasive.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can imagine the point in time you were.
Oh, and Ink Geyser is played once again.
He's trying
Okay,
to.
this is interesting. He has to hit one of the removal.
Yeah. He's trying to make just to get the time to win.
Yep.
He's trying to make sure that the game lasts long enough for him to hit that 20 lore and make. But it's also in his disadvantage because the longer the game goes on, the higher the chance that Terrence will hit that 20 lore before him, especially since he's already at 18.
Is he able to do anything? Oh, it's game.
It's game. If he doesn't have the removal, it's game. Yeah, it's game.
Yeah. Because he wasn't able to sing Under the Sea.
So
The only outs he had was to get You're Welcome.
Yeah.
Because Hades was ready, and then Iago. Even you putting Mean Malicious Scary, it doesn't do anything because it's due damage to all your opponent. Putting one damage to all your opponent's character.
Yeah.
And you don't choose any of them in that case.
Yeah.
So the Vanish ability will not